What I started to realize when I was building organizations and when I was consulting with teams and individuals is there were a lot of people who wanted things to be different. They wanted things to improve. There were things that they saw that were not fantastic about their organization that they wanted to shift. And they would go into meetings and they would say, you know, guys, I really hope that this is something that we can do. I really hope we can improve on this. You know, let's go after it. Let's go get it. And a lot of people think that being a leader is just being a good motivator, you know, being somebody who can pump people up. And I'm here to tell you that that's not necessarily the case. That's not necessarily the case. What's imperative for you to be able to understand whenever you enter into a position of leadership is to say, what am I willing to tolerate? Because we don't always get what we want out of our organizations, out of ourselves, or out of life. We don't always get what we prefer, but we do get what we tolerate. How many of you guys have put off an assignment or a paper for a long period of time, and then you crunched like hell to get it done like the night before or something like that? Say aye. Aye. Okay. So here's what's happening. Why does that happen? Why do we put something off like that until the absolute last minute? Well, the reason is that even though we would prefer to have that paper done and off our mind, we're tolerating not having it done. Okay? This is the difference between a preference and a standard. Right? It's one thing to say, I would love for my organization to be better in this way, and this way. It is an entirely different thing to say, I am not going to settle for my organization doing X, Y, and Z, and that is just a matter of principle for the organization. Do y'all see the difference there? One is a stated preference, and one is a line in the sand that says, no matter what, this is what we are committed to, and this is who we are. This is the identity that we share as an organization. And if an organization has not gotten crystal clear on what their standards are, I can tell you they are not going to go very far. And that's just the reality. If you've not gotten clear on what you will or will not tolerate, then you're not going to go very far. And the same goes for you and your own personal leadership, clearly. You know, I'm sure that you all would love to feel motivated every day. I'm sure that you all would love to have high energy every day. I'm sure you all would love to treat the people you serve with undying compassion no matter what. But the real question is, what are you going to do when someone stands up and says, you're wrong, Mr. or Mrs. Leader? What are you going to do when your ego is on the line? What are you going to do when that fight or flight response kicks in? What are you going to do in those tough situations? If you haven't gotten clear on what your real standards are as to what personal conduct you are and are not willing to tolerate, then when you reach those moments, you're going to falter. You're going to fall back into that realm of reaction as opposed to being intentional.